Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Sugar Wars. Okay, it's Sunday, and today I wanted to just bring out a couple of snacks that I use to help me to still enjoy snacking as a type 2 diabetic. When before I started treating my diabetes, before I took it seriously, I was a heavy snacker. Okay, and I'm telling you, I was every night before I went to bed. It was nonstop chips, cakes, whatever. I was literally addicted to carbs and sugar snacks, whatever it was. But some of my favorite things to eat were like Doritos, Cheez Its, and I have spent so much time trying to find things that could substitute for those. And, some of these snacks that I'm going to show you over time, some of them may push the edge a little bit, but some of them are actually pretty good. Um, but with anything, you want to eat it in moderation because no matter what you pig out on, it could be the best snack in the world with just a little bit of sugar or a little bit of carbs. You eat enough of it, you're going to spike your sugar. But what I want to do today is I want to show you some recent finds that I have been using. And this is just in the last couple of months. And these are made by Quest. Okay. And at first, I had stayed away from the brand because I tried some of their sugar free protein like cookies and brownies and cakes, but I didn't like them because they had erythritol in them. And erythritol is like a fake sugar, which I get a bad reaction to. I don't like any of the fake sugars. I end up um, dizzy. I feel funny all day. I just don't like them. A lot of them are just like chemically produced, and I stay away from them as much as humanly possible. So these, though, I found were really good. So the first thing is I love Doritos, nacho cheese Doritos, ranch Doritos, whatever, and I can't eat them anymore. They're horrible for you, and the carb count is horrible. The salt count is out of control, and I just can't touch them because it just throws my whole lifestyle, my whole fight against diabetes right off. I'll spike my sugar. I'll feel like crap, so I don't touch them. But what I did find was in this Quest brand with that they made like crunchy snacks, not just baked goods, and they seem to be working pretty good for me. They don't spike my sugar. I don't feel like crap. They give you protein, and this let me show you right here. This is one of them. Okay, they're called Quest protein chips, and the back of it, I don't know. It looks like on the monitor it's coming up backwards. So I'm trying to get the zoom just in case. Let me see. Let's zoom in. I'll read it to you. Okay. So these right here, number one, they taste just like Doritos, if not better. I swear they're great. Okay. They're a little expensive, but what are you gonna do? Okay. This bag, I think sometimes you could catch them on sale for like $3, $3, two for five, buy one, get 150 off, whatever. I buy them because I need to. I can't snack on the normal stuff. So this right here in this bag has 6 grams of fat. That's 8% of your fat content for the day. 1.5 grams of saturated fat, 0 grams of trans fat. Cholesterol, 10 milligrams. That's 3% of the daily value. Sodium isn't really that crazy. It's 330 milligrams. Carbohydrates, though, five. Five carbohydrates in this bag, which is amazing. Okay. And it also has 1 gram of fiber. So you could even count out one of those grams of carbohydrates because the fiber will offset it as long as this net carb game thing that everybody's pushing on us is works, which it seems to be working pretty good for me when I do it. What else do we got? 18 grams of protein in this one bag. So the ingredients, it seems to be some kind of a protein blend instead of it being like a corn or a flour based thing, this seems to be some kind of a protein blend. Maybe they're using like the protein powder. Okay, it has cheese powder in it. I mean, it's definitely not a lot of natural stuff. Um, it looks like this is some kind of protein blend, but they do good for me. They don't spike my sugar. They're really good. Quest protein chips. Try them out. And these come in um, taco, like Doritos taco, same thing, or they come in like a ranch, like a Doritos Cool Ranch. All right, real good. I like them. All right. Then there was another one that I tried from this brand that I love, because I'll tell you right now, I love Cheez-Its. I would eat the whole box of Cheez-Its. I didn't care what size that box was. If it came home with me, that thing was gone in one night. I love Cheez-Its, and I can't eat those either now because of the carb content. The carb content and what they're made out of, it just spikes my sugar. They're bad carbs inside of it. But these right here, Quest cheese crackers, 10 grams of protein, 5 grams of carbohydrate, net carbohydrate. So I'm going to open it up, all right? If you look at it right here, in this box, right, you're going to get like 5 or 4 packages in this box, all right? You put it down. So you get the 4 packages in there, 10 grams of protein, all right? Let me see if it'll zoom in. I don't know if this thing's coming up backwards or what, but I'll read it to you either way. Okay, so in here you get serving sizes, 1 bag, 130 calories, not bad at all. 7 grams of fat, 3.5 saturated fat. That's kind of the only downfall of these. They have a little saturated fat in there. But again, if you want a snack, try to balance out what you intake for the day. So sodium is a little higher at 420, but carbohydrates, 10 grams of carbohydrates, 5 grams of fiber. So the fiber is supposed to offset the carbs. So technically you're getting 5 grams of carbohydrates when the fiber offsets it. It does have 2 grams of sugar. That's not really bad, but it has the 10 grams of protein. It has some calcium, a little bit of potassium. It's made with that same, looks like that protein blend, but nothing really too bad in there that I'm seeing. And none of those fake sugars. Because even if I'm going to have something with any kind of sweetness in it, I don't want those fake sugars. What I will eat, though, for sugar substitute is monk fruit. Monk fruit is sweetener is good. It's a natural sugar, and I'll show you guys that in another video because I use that in my morning coffee now. I got away from putting sugar in my morning coffee. It was one of the last things I wouldn't give up. I still was using a little bit of sugar in my morning coffee. I felt like it was just that one thing. I don't use a lot of it anyway, but I started using this monk fruit. Like it's made by like Splenda brand, but there's no Splenda in it. Because if you go into the stores, you'll see monk fruit sweeteners, but a lot of them are mixed with erythritol. And I don't know why they do it. I tried looking that up. I'm still not getting answers on why they do it. But this one monk fruit extract I found is just the monk fruit extract, and you squeeze it. I'm going to bring that out on another time. I'll show you guys that. But yeah, these things, just like Cheez-Its, I love them. They're really good. They don't spike my sugar. I don't have to worry about them. I get some extra protein, and it works for me. So, over the course of me making content on this channel, I do have a lot of foods that I've found that work. And it's not just all snacks, but a lot of times the one crazy horrible thing about being a type 2 diabetic or pre-diabetic is you really have to give up those snacks. And a lot of us find comfort in those snacks. You can't eat ice cream anymore. You can't eat pies, cakes. You have to give all of that up in one shot. And it is a shock, as bad as it is, but there's so many bad things that are being put in our food. And when you look around and see how many Americans are overweight now, me, I was included. I'm still a little bit overweight. Look, I was, when I grew up, growing up, anybody that knows me will tell you I was a toothpick. I was like 6 feet tall and like 155 pounds, 160 pounds. I didn't start gaining anything until I turned like 30, 32, but it just kept coming on and on and on. And I ended up at 270 pounds, almost 265 pounds. Like, I literally, my body had an extra 100 pounds that it's not built for. My frame is tall and thin. And because of the diabetes, it just kept coming on. And it turned out I couldn't breathe. I still have a little bit of trouble breathing. Um, I have problems with my feet. Really, I'm 100% disabled. So, and that is due to my feet. Okay, that's due to the extreme neuropathy in my feet. The When I get a wound on my feet, it won't heal. It'll just be there and create a small ulcer that just won't go away. I have problems with my legs that where my blood doesn't return, and the skin on the bottom of my leg, if you hit it, it's not going to heal either. So another important thing is when your sugar spikes, you want to drink that water immediately. Get some water into you. Water, I look at it as like the natural insulin. If your body's not working, if your natural insulin is not working, use water. Use water. Water will pull that sugar out of your body. Sometimes if I make a mistake and my sugar starts going really high and I start getting really uncomfortable, I'll drink 2 or 3 waters, and then I'll try to go for a walk. And that's the biggest thing you could do. Moving around will give you that fast paced sugar. The sugar will go. If you go for a walk, do jumping jacks, whatever, for a little bit, you'll get that sugar spike down quick. I have, problems with my feet, so I always can't walk that much. But anytime that my feet allow, if I'm having a good day, I try to get out there and walk and do what I could, because that movement that, I try to get as many steps in as I could, whatever my body will allow. That movement pulls that sugar out of you. It helps your body to do that. That's important. And look, nobody wants to exercise. Nobody wants to give up these foods, but you're going to have to, because even if you're not diabetic, even if you're, pre-diabetic and you eat like that, it's coming, because the ingredients are packed into the foods that are being sold at the grocery stores. You almost can't avoid it. When I go shopping, I literally have to scour the aisles for things I could eat. Nothing in the grocery store. I can't pick things up off the shelf and just get it because I want it. I'm lucky to find a couple of things that I'm able to eat when I go grocery shopping. And believe me, if you're pre-diabetic or you're starting to gain weight, you're headed there and you don't want that. Okay. So get out there, walk, drink water, try some of these snacks. Don't, like I said, with anything, it has to be done in moderation. Okay. You can't go eat 6 bags, obviously, but it's good to have something is better than nothing. That's the way I look at it. So, guys, listen, this has been Sugar Wars for Sunday. My name is Mike, and I will be getting back with another video probably tomorrow. I want to show you guys some of the desserts that I use to um, take the place of some of my favorite things that I was so used to. And I found some really good alternatives. And like I said, you'll never see anything on this channel with almond flour. I hate almond flour. I don't mind almonds, but any of these keto recipes for baked goods or pancakes, I've tried them. I can't stand the almond flour. So anything I bring you is going to be something good that's low in sugar, low in carbs, natural. And I found some really good things that are out there, especially meals. So stick with me. I'm just starting out. I'm still learning how to use all this software and stuff, but I will get it going. I'll get it going faster. I'll get it going, get these videos cranked out, and we will build a community here. And if anybody at all sees these videos, okay, If you're diabetic, pre-diabetic, subscribe. And if you have questions, just put a comment, ask me. I want to help. That's why I'm doing this. This is not anything to do with money. Okay. I suffer for what I did to myself, and I don't want to see other people have to suffer also, because it's preventable. And I'm here for anybody that's newly diagnosed. And if you have a question or you need help to adjust your lifestyle or to understand what's going on with you, because a lot of times it comes as a real shock. And there's a lot of bad information out there. And I'm not saying that I have all the best information, okay? But I've been through it for years, and I've worked hard to try to find the solutions that work and the foods that work. So, look, there's a lot of healthier snacks out there than Quest protein chips, but as we know, these are the things we're looking for. These are the things we're looking to replace. We don't always want to have to resort to celery or something. Okay, those things are great, but we know what we want. So, in moderation, we could find things that we could eat as type 2 diabetics to feel normal again, or to actually enjoy ourselves again. Okay, guys. So, this has been Sugar Wars for Sunday. My name is Mike. Guys, listen, I'm just starting out. So, any support that I could get is great, just by viewing the video. Sometimes I upload to Facebook just directly so people can see the videos, but give me that like if you like the video. It takes a second. Click on the link to YouTube and subscribe and press like on YouTube. It honestly means a lot to me right now, because you don't get very many views. It takes months to build an audience, sometimes longer. So it's very unrewarding at this stage. And that's all I have to say. And we will see you again for another episode of Sugar Wars. So enjoy what's left of your weekend and have a good night. Thanks, guys.